So what is a proven process and why is it important for your shop to have one? Well, first off, a proven process comes from EOS, which is the Entrepreneurial Operating System. It's this idea that you have a system of doing things, a way that you know you can deliver results for your clients, and that builds trust with them, that you know what you're doing, that you are an expert. The process is generally around 3 steps, can be more, but it should be simple. Simple is always better. And it's something that you can point to, particularly when you're talking to a client that might be on the fence or that it wants to know, hey, what's the next steps? If you hear those words, this is what the proven process is all about. Okay, I've heard what you can do, or I want to bring my car into your shop. How are you going to treat me? How do I know that you're not going to do, just whatever you want? I need to know that you've got a plan for me. So having that proven process gives you that thing to go to, that go-to thing like, oh, I know how to answer this. Here's what we're going to do. Step 1, A, step 2, B, you know what I mean? So that way you're telling the client, they feel confident that you know what you're doing and you feel confident that you have a plan. And just even writing something like this down forces you to acknowledge that, yeah, I do know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time and this is how we do stuff. And then you also pass that on to the staff, and it creates this operational clarity that you have a system for doing things, you're delivering consistent results, and really at the end of the day, this is what our market is all about. You can have some predictability, and people can have confidence in you, because in this industry we need to overcome the lack of confidence gap that people are just gonna, oh yeah, your plan is going to take advantage of me. So that's what the proven process is all about. Now, what does a proven process look like for a shop? You might ask yourself or say, well, I don't know. They bring in a car, it's broken, and I fix it. What else do you want to know? You have to think a little bit about it. And for instance, I want to tell you ours. Now, we're a marketing company, but you might think I could answer that the same way. Well, you need marketing, and we do it. But that's not really providing any confidence, and it's not proven. I need to show you more that I've got some expertise. So for us, when we start working with the client, our very first step of our proven process is our kickoff meeting. It tends to be a longer meeting, somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, where, because we are all about customization and getting to know our clients well and delivering marketing that's in their voice and customized to them, we need to have this kickoff meeting where they meet the team, and we both get to know each other, where we ask a lot of questions about the shop to really understand what their voice is, who their ideal client is, what their challenges are, where they are at their current stage of the business, which of course is always changing. So there's a conversation there for us that immediately helps to differentiate us from other people, because where it's not just a transaction, it's a relationship building. So that's step 1. And then in step 2, we take that information that we learned that in that beginning of the relationship, and we start to develop this customized marketing. We have a saying in our business, with our marketing, that people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So our job, the whole point of marketing, is to get clients or retain clients. So we want to provide marketing that is not generic. Nothing we do is standard. We customize everything. And so this is us doing the work. For a shop, this is where we are diagnosing and analyzing, you see. So this is us doing the work, but in a way that's different than our competitors. And then in step 3, we are continually communicating. See, some of these steps are based off of the things that we know are a problem in the industry. So lack of communication with marketing partners is a huge complaint in the automotive repair marketing sector. So we have built our business to solve that, to be the antithesis of it, where we communicate. We almost over communicate with people, where we're not only just going over a report, we're staying up to date with what's going on. We can't sit there in everybody's shops. We do our darndest to communicate, to understand what's changing, what's important that month, what community involvement on there, etc. So we establish that relationship with the customer success manager in the kickoff meeting in stage 1. So I'm saying this in a lot of words, but really I could sum this up in 3 simple steps. Hey, we get to know you. We do awesome marketing that's going to get people to know, like, and trust you, and then we'll continually communicate with each other so you don't feel like you're left to blow in the wind. That sounds like a pretty good process to me. And when I say that to people, they're like, okay, well, these guys, they've done this before. They're experts in this, and that's ultimately what the proven process is supposed to be. So from a shop's perspective, think a little harder, write down, I mean, you already have a process. Every shop does. And think about, how do I word that in a way that is repeatable, that I can give to the service advisors, and that they could speak out, that I might be able to turn into a graphic that we can share and use in marketing materials. That's another really good way to establish expertise. If you've ever heard of StoryBrand, they talk a lot about establishing yourself as the guide. You want to be the shop that's like, this is the leader in the industry. These are the only guys I've talked to that have a proven process. This is definitely where I want to take my vehicle. So think it through. Just as an example, I talked to a shop once that said that they do multiple test drives. Part of their process is that they don't just do one test drive. They want multiple people to check it and run it, so that the customer is like, okay, maybe the first guy missed something. The second or the third guy is going to see it. So every shop's got their unique way of doing things. Diagnostics, you might be doing DVI. That's a differentiator for you. So think it through, write it out. Just don't make it 14 steps. That's overwhelming. The goal here is to have 3, and write it down and start using it in your conversations. Make sure your service advisors know it, and the cues for speaking a proven process. What's next? What happens when I bring my car in? What should I expect working with you? As a marketer, I could say there's a lot of places for us to use this. It should be on the website. It should be on social media repeatedly. It could be a video. It could be part of the something that's on the website under about us or sections like that. So it really ties into a lot of things, and again, it forces you to step back and think about, how do we operate? And if you can't answer the question about proven process, well, that's a wake-up call to focus in, hey, maybe I need to work, maybe I need to talk to a coach, maybe I need to work more on my process. So that's proven process, hugely important for businesses and shops to think about and enact. Thanks.